I wanted to make this video to help explain what happened to my back. It's best described as a series of unfortunate events that actually began 30 years ago. Yes, I'm that old. I know CrossFit gets a bad reputation at times for injuries, and while I did get injured in the sport of CrossFit, it's infinitely scalable and has allowed me to continue to have the joy of exercise while I'm trying to heal. And 100% it's kept me off narcotic medication and given me some control over my symptoms. My back issues actually started when I was 14 years old and continued for 19 years. In the middle of most nights for 19 years, I had to get up to stretch to help the pain go away. It would be so tight in my back, it would hurt to take a deep breath. My favorite movement on balance beam probably contributed to some of my problems. Literally thousands of times I landed on my right leg only, putting asymmetric stress on my spine. Remarkably, when I got pregnant at 33 years old, my pain just disappeared. It was a miracle, really. I started CrossFit 2 years after my twins were born and did 10 years of competitive CrossFit with absolutely no back pain. My injury story starts on August 13th. I did 20 deadlifts at 230 pounds, and I just remember saying, these feel too heavy for me, but I didn't feel anything significant until the next day. It just felt kind of tight. I was able to continue with competitor programming and didn't have much pain doing lifting or anything until we did a 4.5-mile run. I noticed some hip pain, and I pushed through the pain thinking it was just a tight hip, but in hindsight, I think that was my first experience of radiating nerve pain. I just didn't recognize what it was. My second mistake was trying to lift despite a really tight back. On this lift, you can see my right hip drop, and I think my disc herniated further. To this point, I really just had the tight back feeling on the right until October 1st. Literally, I just leaned back in the bathtub and felt the pain shoot down my leg the entire length of L5-S1. I became unable to lean over and touch my toes, do toes to bar. The nerve pain was nearly constant, but I found things I could do at the gym that didn't hurt. Over 6 weeks, the back pain went away, but the leg pain just would not leave. So I finally got an MRI and started to get some answers. Facet joints are on the back part of the spine on the right and left, and my right facet joint at L5-S1 was very arthritic. In addition to a swollen arthritic facet joint on the same side, I had a herniated disc, so both were pressing on my nerve from opposite directions. To make matters worse, in addition to the herniated disc, my facet joint had so much fluid on it that a cyst formed, and this was also pressing on my nerve. After lots of jokes from my colleagues about my cyst being a sac, I finally scheduled a procedure. In December of 2021, I had a needle fed into my facet joint space, and fluid was injected until the cyst popped. Throughout this whole journey, I was still able to show up to CrossFit 4 days a week and find things to do that did not hurt, and in fact, these movements often took away my pain completely. And I got the joy of exercise. It was the most basic things at home, like sitting or standing or sleeping, that was causing my nerve pain to be severe, and I couldn't do my favorite movement at CrossFit, the ring muscle up. I was really, really hopeful that my symptoms would go away after the cyst was gone, but unfortunately my symptoms worsened, and I had worse nerve pain on my right leg. The MRI was repeated in January, and the cyst was gone, but unfortunately my facet joint was very arthritic, and the herniated disc was quite severe, still pressing on my nerve. Since my right leg nerve pain was worse, I was referred to neurosurgery. He recommended trying an interlaminar injection to bathe the whole area in steroids to see if the inflammation in my facet joint and the herniated disc would improve, trying to prevent surgery. But unfortunately, my nerve pain in my right leg got exponentially worse. I can't even begin to describe the pain I was experiencing at home, especially after going to sleep for a few hours. I was only able to sleep 2 to 3 hours at a time, but I still was able to show up to the gym and find things to do that would take my pain away. And this kept me off narcotic pain pills for sure. 2 weeks after the injection, I was quite hopeless of the whole situation. I ended up traveling to New Orleans and was connected with a physical therapist there. who showed me the McKenzie method to help give me even more control over my symptoms. I had about a 50% reduction in right leg nerve symptoms just by doing this stretch. Though that stretch really just took my symptoms from horrific to absolutely horrible. I had to buy a kneeling chair to try to sit at work. I bought shoes that are slip-on. I had to sit with my leg up on a counter to be comfortable. I did the McKenzie method a lot, trying to help myself. It did become clear that the McKenzie method was not going to solve all my problems, and I scheduled a surgery. I was frustrated. I've been an elite athlete much of my life, and I find so much joy in doing all those cool things in CrossFit. And I wanted that back, so I scheduled the surgery, though it was really, really hard to keep showing up and not being able to do everything I wanted to do.
Hi.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy. We miss you, and we just wanted to let you know that we are not letting you quit exercise.
No, you can't quit exercise. You can't quit exercise. You can't quit this team.
No.
Woo!
Yeah, no.
These people right here kept me showing up. I kept doing things that didn't hurt at all, found relief in my pain, found some joy in the community and the exercise, and this got me through to my surgery. No question about it. I have no idea what my future holds after surgery. Maybe I won't lift as much as I was before, but absolutely without question, I will return to CrossFit, to my people, to the joy of exercise. It's 8 days until surgery. I've had no back pain since November, just the nerve symptoms in my leg when I'm at home and I'm at work. It's been 6 months and it's time to get it fixed. Thanks to Kelly for my new shirt. Can't wait to wear it.